Good morning, students. This is 11th standard botany video class, video 5. In this video, we are going to continue the lesson plant growth and development. Dear students, in the previous video class, we have seen edaphic stress divided into two types, water stress and salt stress. We have seen water stress and its type in a detailed manner in a previous video class. Now, in this video, we are going to see the next division, that is salt stress. Dear students, see the topic salt stress. The high concentration of salt is also cause stress in the problem. That means it affects the growth and development of a plant. Most probably, plants which are living near the seashore and the estuaries are subjected to salt stress. One-third of irrigated land on earth is affected by salt stress. Out of 3, one-third of the plants which are located near the seashores are affected by salt stress. The different salts are sodium, chlorine, potassium, chloride, potassium, calcium and magnesium are the different salt conditions of a soil which cause stress. So plants which are growing these areas facing the following problems. There is 2 problems. First one is the absorption of water from the soil with a negative water potential, not in the positive water potential, negative water potential. Second one, interaction of high concentration of toxic sodium carbonate and chloride ions. That means they are showing the interaction with high concentration of sodium carbonate and chloride ions are the 2 problems facing the plants which are growing near the seashores. Dear students, on the basis of salt tolerance, that means some of the plants is also, they are facing the problem against salt condition, that is known as salt tolerance, divided into 2 types. One is the halophytes, another one is the non-halophytes or glycophytes. So halophytes are native to saline soils. Saline soils means soil which contains large quantity of salt water. That is said to be salinity or saline soil. Uppu mannu அப்படினு சொல்லுவாங்க. Okay? So the plants which are living in the saline soil is known as halophytes. So these plants can resist a range of soil concentration is called euryhaline. And those with narrow range of resistance are called stenohaline. Euryhaline means plants which can able to survive with a high concentration of salt or wide range of salt is known as euryhaline. And the plants which are facing the problem with a narrow range or small range of soil concentration or content is known as stenohaline. Is a very important 3-mark question and a 2-mark question. Simply you can able to write it, plants which can able to meet out the, that means can able to survive in a wide range of or large range of salt condition or salinity condition is known as euryhaline. Second one, plants which can able to survive in the low salinity of water or soil is known as stenohaline. It's a very important 2-mark and 3-mark question. Some of the plants unable to resist the salt condition, they are known as glycophytes or non-halophytes. Example, Helianthus anus tolerate high manganese ions. Those which are present in salt region face 2 problems. One is high concentration of salt in the soil, water leads to decrease in water potential, so they grow in opposite direction. So that means the soil which contains high concentration of salt, which decrease the water content, and also the water potential is also decreases, so they are grow in the opposite direction. Example, Salicornia. Another problem is injuries in salt affected by the plant caused by both osmotic effects and specification effects. Accumulation of chloride ions in the plant pot reduces the water absorption and transpiration. So these are all the two problems which are facing plants which are unable to resist the salt condition, are known as non-halophytes or glycophytes. Dear students, euryhaline, stenohaline. What is allophytic plants? What is allophytic plants? Plants which can able to survive in the high concentration of salt condition or salt water is known as halophytes. That is also divided into two types, euryhaline, stenohaline. Euryhaline means high concentration of salinity or salt water. Then stenohaline means low concentration of salinity or salt water. And also we have seen non-halophytes. Some of the plants, they are unable to resist the salt condition, known as non-halophytes or glycophytes, is another important 2-mark question. Example, Helianthus anus, to meet out the problem against manganese ions. It facing the two problems is also we have seen in the previous paragraph. Dear students, the salt condition is taken place due to different mineral elements deficiency. That means shortage of mineral elements. Example, potassium, phosphorus, sulfur, ferrous, molybdenum, zinc, manganese, and magnesium. So these minerals elements are cause physiological problem which leads to reduced growth in the plant pot and some other yields also taken place in the plant. So different yields are given here. The salt accumulator absorbs and store salt so that the osmotic potential of the cells continues to remain negative throughout the growing region. So that means plants which are absorbing the salt water, they absorb the salt water and store it salt so that the osmotic potential of the cell is continues and remain negative, so throughout the growing region. Second one, in some salt hardy plants, the excess salt is extruded on the surface of a leaf. That means they are liberating the excess amount of salt through the leaf surface. That is also happening in some of the plants. Some plants which are having the glands which are removing the salt, known as salt glands, which secrete salt, most probably sodium chloride. They exude their salts, absorb water hygroscopically from the atmosphere. That means they are removing the water through the leafy region, salt water through the leafy region is the one of the process against salt stress. Some of the plants, they are losing their salt content by leaching into the soil or by dropping the salt filled leaves. Through the leaves, they are also removing the salt from the plant pots. This is another way. Last one, salt tolerant plants, that is true halophytes, synthesize large amount of amino acid, proline, galactosyl glycerol, and some organic acid which functions in osmotic adjustment. So some of the halophytes also, to meet out the stress problem, they are producing different amounts in the plant body, amounts of some substance, amino acid, proline, galactosyl glycerol, and some other organic acid which are produced and make the function of osmotic adjustment. So these are all the different salt tolerance plants which are showing the structural and physiological modification. Next one, mechanism of salt tolerance. Plants which are growing the salt habitat, that is like halophytes, face the problem of excessive dissolved salt in the solution. Excess of salt concentration in the plant pots create negative osmotic potential so that the plant are lent to lose the water into surrounding medium. Under this condition, the plants tend to lose the water when their water potential becomes the negative, more negative. So at the time of water potential, negative water potential condition only, they are going to lose the water in the surrounding medium. So this process is possible only if they absorb excess amount of salt and accumulate in their cell body to maintain the same and higher concentration as those of outside plant. So at the same time, two processes also taken place. They are maintaining the salt condition in the inner side of your plant body, and outer side is also their concentration should be equal. At the time only the water potential is negative. At the time they are losing the water content in the surrounding medium. So this is said to be the mechanism of salt tolerance. So the salt tolerance showing some disadvantage, that is drawback, is the important 3-mark question. Write the disadvantage or drawback of salt stress. First one, the salts are accumulate or stored in the vacuole region of your plant cell. So the plants are most probably succulent. Succulent means they are absorbed a large amount of water and store it in the plant pots. The accumulated salt condition in the cell dehydrated, that means dissolved in the water in the cytoplasm. The sodium chloride ion cannot be tolerated in the cytoplasm. So this sodium chloride which denature the activity of enzymes, several enzymes. So this is the drawback of salt stress. So thus absorption and accumulation of inorganic salt fail to solve the problem. The plant, however, tolerate the salt stress by synthesizing several organic compounds and can exist the high salt concentration without denaturing the enzymes. So these organic compounds are known as non-toxic organic osmotica. So that means some of the plants, they are absorbed and accumulate a large amount of salts in the cell region. Sometimes they fail to solve the problem. However, plants which can able to tolerate the salt stress by producing different organic compounds, and they can able to survive or exist in the high salt concentration without the denaturing process of enzymes. So these organic compounds are known as non-toxic organic osmotica. Example, proline and betaline, they are known as osmoregulators. Dear students, in this last paragraph, you are having important 3-mark question. What are osmoregulators? Give example. Or write a short note on non-toxic organic osmotica. It's a very, very important 3-mark question. The another important 3-mark question is, write the drawback of salt stress or disadvantages of salt stress. Dear students, I hope have you all understood different types of adiabatic stress, that is water stress and salt stress. and their mechanism. Different plants, how they are showing the tolerance against water stress and salt stress, drawback of salt stress, and some of the plants which are producing different organic compounds such as proline and betaline to meet out the high concentration of salt stress. They are known as osmoregulators. Up to this, the lesson is over. Remaining, we will see in the next video class. God bless you. All the best, children.